Size matters.
I want to talk about a $20 catch basin scam. So this $20 catch basin for your yard drain.
They're the worst.
Contractors are using it, and it's a scam. What they're doing is they're putting these $20 catch basins in so that you're not getting your money's worth at the time of install. You're not getting your money's worth in materials. This is not quality.
It's a shame.
This does not have a sump at the bottom. You see how the pipes are pretty much right at the ground? Virtually no sump. What happens is all the dirt that this yard drain pulls in during those hard rains, remember, when water's really moving towards a catch basin, it's going to move dirt. It's going to move mud. This thing's going to fill up because there's no sump. It's going to fill the line. Why is this a $20 scam? Well, you have to call them back out every year to unclog the lines. That service starts at $450.
Preach it, brother. In California, it's more like $800 to $1,200.
It starts at $450. It averages about $850, and it could cost you up to $1,250.
Well,
it is the biggest scam in the industry. These guys know what they're building, and they know what they're doing.
They don't care.
But they have a service truck on the road, and they have to keep that service truck busy. Now, French Drain Man doesn't have a service truck. Can you imagine that? I've been in business for over 40 years now, and we don't have a service truck. What does that tell you about the drains we're building?
Lifetime.
If I get a service call, hey, my drain line is plugged, I have to send my 6 or 8 man crew out that's installing because we don't have a service crew. We use a catch basin that has 1 gallon. Look at that. It's a 1 gallon sediment trap. You see how high the pipes are off the ground? There's this giant sump. It holds 1 gallon of mud and sand. The homeowner can clean this out with a shop vac or just stick their hand down in it and clean it out. Now, for lines that we know are going to be bad, we have a 2 gallon. 2 gallon. Look at that. Look how high the lines would be off the ground.
So that's the same super sump. So if it's a double catch basin, you can use it to tie quad packs together. Or if you want to use it as a super sump, you can just plug the ends and have a super sump on it if you have an extreme. What he's saying is true, and it's a shame. A lot of people don't even know that there's different qualities to not only to the catch basins, but there's different qualities to those speedy catch basins. You get one of those speedy catch basins from the Home Depot, they're even worse than if you get it from a contractor supply. I mean, they're both garbage. It's just different grades of garbage. Hang on a second. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So these are the speedy catch basins that he's talking about right here. So I went ahead and I picked up one from the Home Depot, and then I picked up one from Site One, which is a supplier for contractors, but homeowners can go there too. So if you had these in your hand, you could feel one of them is heavier than the other. It's hard to see on the camera, but you can see how thin that is. And the plastic on this one is actually thicker as well. On the one from Site One, they'll actually put little indentations there where you can drill out for the weep holes. Home Depot doesn't have it. On top of that, if you look closely right here, knockout for 4-inch pipe. So this is actually a knockout that you can take a 2x2 piece of wood and a hammer, set it right on there, and you can knock that out. So at least you're getting full flow for your 4-inch. Otherwise, you're not even getting full flow. What's the point? This is what he's talking about. The sumps in the bottom, very small. Now, I noticed that the one from Site One actually had an even smaller sump. If you see how it's cut out compared to this one, so that's one difference there. I don't understand why they chose that pattern for that, but it's even smaller. I mean, this wouldn't hold anything. They're garbage. They're a $20 scam for sure. Anybody that's installing that kind of stuff either just doesn't know better or just doesn't care. You want something like this. Look how much larger the collection area is in the bottom. This is going to give you a chance to go through rainstorms and get out there and clean it the way that you're supposed to. You know, clean them twice a year, that's pretty good. If you forgot about it and did it once a year, that'll work too. But it's best to service those and just keep them clean. But this is made out of high density polyethylene. These are made out of styrene. And oh, by the way, I should be using my gloves because everybody knows that styrene causes cancer. It's been proven that too much contact with it can cause cancer. Garbage, golden.
And these are slim, so they fit in a trench made by a trencher or a trenching shovel. Now, here's the thing that upsets me.
Little fat buddy, you got your ears on?
All right, first of all, I'm not your little fat buddy. And secondly, I got the big dog on the boob tube. Stand by.
All right, copy that.
So these are built out of styrene. And styrene, look at warning. This product can expose you to the chemical styrene, which is known to cause cancer. That's why I'm wearing a glove. These guys know this. Now the homeowner's going to stick their hands down in this to try to clean out the little bit of mud that it does catch because their line's filling up with mud. The whole thing is a scam. $20 catch basin scam.
I love it how he's so raw. You can't sugarcoat a turd, man.
Don't fall for it. If your contractor shows up with this catch basin, throw him off of your property. Do not give him another penny
Quickly.
because he's going to screw up all the money that you saved and put aside for the budget to fix your yard drain problem.
And that's a lot of the clients that I get. They'll say, hey, whatever it is, now it's got to be cheap because we already paid once. And I feel really bad for them. It's best if the homeowner does some research. Don't jump in. If somebody can come over right away and start working right away, that's a red flag right there. A reputable contractor is going to have work already, and you're going to have to get in line. That's just the way that it is. When you go to your favorite restaurant, do you expect to just pop in and get service right away? Or do you sit there and wait a little bit because you know that it's good because everybody else is there because they know it's good too?
Find a real pro. Real pros do not use this. This video was brought to you by the School of Hard Knocks.
I went there.
This video is Robert Sherwood approved. And oh yeah, styrene cracks and splits and it chips.
Look at the holes in the
pull
bottom
these
of
out
that.
all the time.
Look at the holes in the bottom of that catch basin. They had so many holes in that thing, you might as well just cut the bottom off it. What the heck?
I'm surprised that styrene is still legal to mold with. That's how bad it is. If you appreciate the videos that I'm putting out on YouTube,
We do.
give me a thumbs up. It shows me you.
But you know what? Let's kick it out to the lab. Let's test this ourselves. All right, welcome to the laboratory. So let's check this out. Just have some regular water here. We'll start with the, I'm just going to fill it right to the top here. Let's see how much it'll take. Don't want to spill it. That's right at the top right there. So it took about half of a smart water container. Let's do this one here. We could probably do both of them with this. To the top. Right to the top. So that took almost what is this, 50.7 ounces. So that's what it took to fill those. All right, let me go ahead and fill this back up. Be right back. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. We've got a new container here. We're going to go ahead and fill this guy up and see how much it'll take. Oh, we're going to need another container. All right, round two. 2 full containers. So size matters. So what's happening here is we're demonstrating how much more debris will hold in the bottom of a French drain man catch basin as opposed to what most contractors are using. That stuff starts going down the line, you forget about it. Even in heavy rainstorms, it's going to pick it up and it's going to move it. It's just simply too small. So this is one of those things where you're going to get what you pay for. Now, we talked about $20 Catch Basin Scam. That's basically what these cost, is about $20 roughly. French Drain Man, Catch Basin is $45. But I'll ask you this. If poop went on sale, would you buy a whole bunch of it? Here's the thing. You're going to get what you pay for. You're doing jobs like this, you want to make sure you use the best materials and the best installation practices. If you adhere to those, you're going to have something that's going to go a lifetime. You don't have to do it again. So the whole point here is cheap is not cheap. Cheap is expensive. Cheap has to be redone. So don't go cheap on your materials. Always use the best. Always use French Drain Man.